Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this file, just 3 pieces of a puzzle, and they're saying it won't stop leaking when they test with this Smart Fill tool. And it's weird because it'll leak 3 that way and only 2. 1 that way and 2 this way. Well, what the problem is, there are 246 nodes in this little bitty 4 pieces of puzzle. There's so many nodes on these, and I've got my nodes blown up. There's nodes on top of nodes, and I've seen that before, but I'm talking on top and top. I mean, there's so many nodes. It's not worth fixing. The laser is going to cut it out if that's what you're doing, but he's actually going to be using a plasma cutter and making it out of metal, and just to hang, he's going to drill holes and it's going to be hanging for a sign. That's not going to work. So start over. Draw you a square box. We'll make it about that size. Hit P in the keyboard. Draw you an ellipse. Hit P in the keyboard. It's a little bit big. Make it a little bit smaller. P on the keyboard. And the reason I'm hitting P is I started at the center of the page. Now, just little insight, if you weren't on the center of the page, you could hit CE and it'll put it in the center of each other, and that's what my goal is. So now I'm going to grab the ellipse and I'm just going to cursor down. A lot of times when I do puzzles, I would go from about there, but he wants it like this, and he did a really good job. And I don't know if he drew it or got it off the internet. But then just take your 3-point curve and go in about from somewhere to about there to there, and then curve it over. This is really easy. Control D and make a duplicate and mirror it. Take your virtual segment delete knife button. I always call it a button. There you have a piece and it doesn't leak already. By using the Smart Fill tool, you've stopped leakage. Now take this piece, and you could do it mathematically, but we're not going to. Control D and make a duplicate. I was very pleased that he had his duplicate set on 0, 0. Grab that corner and have it snap to that corner. Control D and make a duplicate. I always take it off the page so it'll kind of snap to it. Take your Smart Fill tool. Whoop, sorry. We forgot one step. Take your virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. Now take your Smart Fill tool and let's tell you what, let's set our nudge a little higher. Set it on 4 inches. Nudge that Smart Fill out of the way. Grab you the Smart Fill and nudge it out of the way. Nudge it out of the way. Now you have 4 pieces of the puzzle, or 3. And there are only let's see how many nodes. There's 18 nodes in my drawing. I guarantee there'll only be 10 or so in this one. There's 11 nodes in this one. So total, I've got very few nodes. Well, I'm having trouble grabbing them all. But anyway, there's a lot less nodes than he had in his 11, 18, and 18. And that's still a lot for a plasma cutter. That's quite a bit of plasma cutting is just totally different, and if I didn't have one, I wouldn't understand. You could delete some of these nodes and just see what happens, and then redo your puzzle. I'm not telling them to do that, but you'd need to start over when you draw your first one. So let's just do that for him real quick. And if you're not interested, just press the stop button. But let's get rid of those two nodes and those two nodes. Well, you can't take away everything. But that still looks pretty good for a puzzle piece. And for a plasma cutter, now you only have 7 nodes. Do the same thing, Control D and make a duplicate. Move that down. Take that out. Smart Fill, move it over. Smart Fill, move it over. So the one that has 2 sections now has 10 nodes. That one has 7. That's a lot less nodes for a plasma cutter to work with, and even a laser engraver. Now it doesn't look as symmetrical as these, but it's a puzzle piece. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit, and thank you for watching.